All right, James, I'm making this for you, and I made something very similar for Tommy a few games ago that really turned his whole thing around, and I'm hoping this is going to do the same for you. I noticed something in looking through this film, and it's just something really easy, and yet it's really important that you're not doing, that if you just did, your whole life on the basketball court would be so much better when it comes to, playing in my system and playing basketball in general. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some possessions of yours and we're going to see. Now remember that the entire idea behind what we're doing on offense is to get people to the basket. And the number one thing everybody's got to do is pass. Well, when you pass, you cut. I'm not saying that you always have to pass. If you want to take it to the rim, take it to the rim. But if you pass, you must cut. And what that does is open up a lot of opportunities for you and open up a lot of opportunities for the offense. And I think you'll see when we go through some of these possessions that you seem a little lost in that you're not exactly sure whether you should be outside or inside. You're kind of hopping all over the place and you're just really just not cutting. And I think that visually you're going to be able to understand what I'm saying a little bit better. Okay, so this is really first possession down the court, all right? So you get down there, you get into the lane, you try to find your spot. Not exactly sure whether you want to post up or go to the outside spot. That's okay. Go to the outside. Now, first of all, there's no need to make this dribble, but that's all right. All right, so you pass it over there. Okay, now the very first rule is when you pass, you cut. Now you'll notice that there's one, two, three guys swiping at this ball, right? Imagine what would happen if you just cut over here. Nothing but good things, right? But what you end up doing is you take one step and then you just kind of stay on the outside. So what happens is we have nobody going to the basket and then they can recover really easily. See what you're doing out there? I mean, you're not even a part of what's going on. You're one of the focal points of the offense, and yet you're all the way out here. Okay, so first of all, too much dribbling. Okay, so you pass, and this time you cut, but you should cut right to the rim. Good. That's good. And nothing's there. And you could have posted up, but you filled out. That's okay. And you're just kind of just waving for the ball over here. And you crash. Not bad. Okay, very next possession. Get down court, you fill out to one of the spots, which is fine. Oh, you don't get into this possession. Okay, so Tommy takes a shot. Good shot. Pretty decent job. Almost wanting to crash. Not. All right. Next possession. You bring the ball down court. I have no problem with you bringing the ball up court. Because look what you could do. You could pass the ball and you could cut right to the basket. But instead, again, this is rule one. You must cut. But instead, you take one step again and then you just kind of float back to the outside and call for the ball back. See, that's no good. We have nobody going to the rim. Now, it turns out you make a decent move, but I'd much rather, again, you cut right to the rim. All right, next possession. Okay, ball swings over to you. Probably could have driven, but that's all right. Instead, you pass, and once again, what's the rule? You've got to cut. But instead, pop back out into the corner. You've got to cut. It makes the whole offense go. And even to carry on with this exact same possession. So you pop back out, you get another chance to get the ball again, and you pass. And once again, you could cut right there to the rim. But see, remember all the spots that we have that we set up every single practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, you should either be on one of these spots, on one of these post positions, or you should be cutting. You're essentially just kind of standing here in no man's land, right? Now you're filling back out there. All right. Okay, pass. Now you should be cutting right to the basket. Let's see what happens. Nope. Actually, that's not bad. That was pretty good. Call for the ball a little bit better, but that was all right. And look at that. You're right there, and you fight for the rebound. Okay, literally the very next possession. Now, once again, I have no problem with you handing the ball up here. This is fine. You don't need the dribble, but pass, right? Why don't we cut? No, you I don't know where you're going. I just don't know where you're going. See, I try to make it easy. As soon as you pass, just get right here, right to the spot right here. Whenever you pass, just go right here. You're kind of like floating into, I don't know where you're going. Okay, let's get the ball back again. Pass. And then you just should cut, right? Right to that little spot right there. But instead, again, you just kind of like pop out. Nice job crashing, but you could have been there already. Let's see. Let's see what happens next possession. Get down court, get down court. Okay. Fill. Okay, not bad. All right, very next possession. Okay, so we want to go 5 out, right? So we want one on each of these spots outside the 3-point arc. Now, if you want to be in the post, that's fine too. You could be on either of these post positions. I don't really care. But you can't be just in no man's land. Like you're just kind of just see that? See that? Okay, so here you are. You got the ball at the top, which is good. Well, first of all, you should pass it over. I don't know if you do, but too much dribble. Good. Now let's cut. Nope. See? Just cut. Just cut. Let's see. Pass. Cut, please. Please. Nope. That's okay. When in doubt, just get to the rim. See, good things happen. We got a great shot there. Okay, possession coming out of a timeout. Okay, everybody set up properly, which is a good start. See what happens? See how Tommy cuts, even Carey fills, Doug passes, he cuts, Carey fills. Now, James, you do a great job in filling up here. That's excellent. And look at what happens. It's no coincidence. You fill the open spot over here, and you have a wide open shot, which I want you taking every single time. All right, next possession down, another one where you're just kind of unsure whether you want to be in the post, whether you want to be on the outside, kind of just hopping around. I mean, we could run 5 out, and you could be on the perimeter, and you could still get into the post. Or we could run 4 out, 1 in, and you could be in the post. You just have to be able to move with a purpose. You can't just be kind of all over the place. All right, let's look at the next possession. So you're calling for the ball, but but you're not in anywhere specific. In other words, if you wanted to post him up, Got no problem with that. You wanted to come out here, get the ball in one of these spots, I have no problem with that. But just kind of just hanging out, you know what I mean, just waving for the ball. I don't know if that's going to get it done. Good job again, but you should probably be filling this way. At least you have a kind of a nose for the basket in that you see him shooting. I'd rather you be here than out of the play, I suppose. Okay, next possession down. Okay. See, look, here it looks like you have a purpose. You're in the post. You have kind of a weak man on you. You're calling for the ball. This is good. See, this is excellent. Now, if Carey had cut, which I think he did, you might have been able to find him. But this looks pretty good. See, these guys collapse on you. You can kick it out to Tommy, and it all starts with you being in a basketball spot instead of just kind of hopping around, right? See, and then you get to get good rebounding position. You get out of the lane. That's all good. All right, then you came out of the game. Then you came back in. So let's pick it up the next possession you're in. All right, so where are you? Where are you? Okay, good. That's fine. Right there is fine. So you look for Tommy maybe. If it's not there, well, you maybe try to penetrate. Maybe that's not there. Or kick it out to Carey. Maybe you could skip it over to Sam. Let's see what happens. I don't know exactly what this is. I guess you're dribbling with the idea of skipping it to Sam, which isn't terrible. But once you do, you cut right to the basket. Nope. See? You should be cutting right to the hole. All right, so you get the ball out here. We don't even need this dribble, you know. You could have just thrown it right back here, but okay. Pass, cut, cut, cut. You're making me dizzy. He dribbles. You're supposed to kind of replace that spot, which is good. All right, next possession. And I'm skipping nothing, just so you know. Good, Phil, good. I don't even need that dribble, and I certainly don't need this behind the back dribble with a point guard right in your face. But okay, so there's a pass, right? Can we? If I give you $1, will you cut? How about that? Nope. It's so important. That's fine. You're in one of the post positions. Call for the ball. It's not bad. That's not bad. Good shot. All right, next possession. Let's see where you're going. You're going to a spot. You're going to the post. All right, high post is fine. But making me dizzy again. So now you have the ball. Turn and face. Take your time. Pass. Maybe pass to Jesse and cut. Maybe dribble. When I say dribble, I mean maybe get right to the basket. But instead, we got little shaking and baking up here. You know what I mean? If you want to drop this pass down low, probably should be a bounce pass also. All right, next possession down, just kind of a technical point here. Too much dribbling, too much dribbling. You get to here, and you see this shot. We talked about this. This is the worst shot you could take because it's just inside the three-point arc. It's almost as hard as a three, and it's only worth 2 points. Okay, now just to let you know I'm not leaving anything out here. I mean, this is very good. Okay, you take the ball, you don't wait on anybody, you get it up court, very strong to the basket, very strong move, and you get fouled. Excellent. All right, let's see what becomes of this possession. Once again, not exactly sure where you are in the offense. If you just stayed down here in the post, you'd probably be ready for a little dish. Easy layup. Instead, we got Tommy driving to the basket with nobody guarding him, with nobody underneath. All right, next possession down. Pass. Please cut. See, look at this. 20's going this way. He's going this way. If you could just get past 30, you have a wide open layup. But where do you go? You're going across. I just don't even know where you're going. Just get here. Just go right to the rim. If you really want to make me happy. You're in the post or you're on the outside. That's good. Right there is fine. Right there is fine. Too much dribbling. All right, next possession. Pass. Cut. Cut. Please cut. I'm begging you. Let me draw this analogy. You remember Justin, who he I don't know if he's continuing with the team, but he's one of Matt's really good friends, and he's not very good at basketball. Okay, and however, he's played for me for a couple of years because I do some rec leagues and things like that. And one thing I always count on him on is cutting. And when you cut, you open up the whole world. And when you don't cut, the whole offense becomes a nightmare. So I mean, I use Justin as an example because, you know, who would I rather have? You know what I mean? Like on the court, someone who's not that good, but I know is going to be cutting every time he passes, or someone wildly talented who is just going to pass the ball and float around. You know? All right, so same possession, pass it down to you, kind of in the post. I hope Doug cuts, and I hope you give it back to him. He does cut. Bam! Now, I don't even know if this were completed or not, but this is the offense, and this is awesome. Okay? You're here. You know Doug's cutting. That's a really sweet pass. I almost don't want to see what happened because it's so good that I hope it doesn't mess up. Let's see. All right, so he didn't get it, but that is excellent. And it's excellent by Doug for cutting. When somebody cuts to the basket, it becomes much easier to get it to him. Let's pick that possession up again. So here, once again, hopping in and out, not exactly sure where you're going. Now, what is this? See, we don't have any of this in the offense. We don't need this. We don't need a pick and roll up here. Just stay in your spot. The ball will come to you. Don't worry about it. And if you're going to pick, what exactly are you doing? You know what I mean? You're not picking and rolling. You're not picking and you're just picking and standing. All right, next possession. Once again, you want to come. I don't know exactly where you're going. Okay, we get the ball out of bounds again. Like for example, I mean, you're coming out here. I mean, I don't know exactly and even know what that is. Just get in one of these spots or get in the post. I mean, either one. Tommy's telling you where to go. Good. See, if Tommy had cut, then we'd be in business. And not the worst shot in the world by Sam. Good job, James, crashing. Excellent. All right, next possession. Getting down court, which is great. Please find him. Nope. Doug gonna make this? There's a foul. Okay. All right, next one. James again. Just you could have stayed right there, and you'd be in perfect. You'd be in great shape. All right, so you got the ball completely out of the offense, but let's see what happens. All right, good luck. Good pass. And why was it a good pass? Because he was cutting to the basket. And that's the first half. I don't think I need to show you the second half because it's going to be more of the same. And I guess I guess the best way to describe this is maybe if you see it like I've just showed it to you, you can you can you could understand how important it is. It's just the number one rule of the offense and the number one rule of everything that we're doing is passing and cutting. Just get to the basket. Just pass and move. And be in a place, be in any of those spots or in the post, either one. I mean, I don't want to have to say you are a post player or you are a perimeter player. I think you're versatile enough to be in all of them, but kind of dancing around and not exactly sure where you're going, that's no good either. So I hope this was helpful. I definitely changed Tommy around. He was doing the same thing a couple of weeks ago. So hopefully watching this is gonna be helpful. And that's it. Keep it up.